Hello, my name is Ronald de Bruijn. I'm a co-founder of Agrisim, Agricultural Simulations. I had a corporate history as well in building a paper factory, doing internal consultancy for sourcing, but at the end, in 2005, I decided to become an entrepreneur or being an entrepreneur. And based on that, I lived in Russia for 3 years, I lived in Turkey for 10 years, I lived in Germany for a year, and now the last 4.5 years, I'm back in the Netherlands. In Turkey, I had a web analytics and e-commerce company whereby I have devised my own web analytics system with a single line of code. But also before that deployed a lot of like 𝘮𝘠𝘚𝘚 at that time, now it's called Adobe Site Catalyst, all kinds of web analytics heavy systems on the website. But then I actually saw that I'm very good in big data and actually distilling or filtering what matters out of the big data. And then, because I was that good with big data, I rolled into the agricultural part where I was asked for the Ministry of Agriculture in Ankara, the Turkish ministry, to derive all kinds of information from their big data. And they were especially interested in a question like how can we see the effects of our subsidies on the income of farmers. So, and that is actually the start of when I got to think about Agrisim as it is now with suitabilities, and actually it originated from where we would take the suitabilities of certain subsidizable products and look at where they would grow best. And then the idea was to actually allocate the subsidies on those locations where they would grow best, whereby you would actually push people farmers into adopting those products instead of doing the usual wheat, barley and corn. Yeah? So you would get specialized areas, and in the rest of the areas you would have your generic subsidization, whereby there would be a list of risk, etc. So it's like rolling into things in entrepreneurship kind of things. It's also about grasping the opportunity, having the vision for it, but also really like just do it. I like to be in StartHub, the atmosphere of working with young people. I'm not the youngest, as you can see. So that's one thing. The other thing is that I think I have, with my experience nationally as well as internationally, I have a lot of things to give to fresh starters. I'm also in StartHub an expert as well as a mentor. And the expert is in principle about the big data and everything that has to do with software and creation of software. And as a mentor, with my experience as an entrepreneur, it's much more wider in that sense, in terms of from the start, where to start, how to get finance, how to do sales, and how to devise your company and etc. You should involve always, whatever you do, users, potential users or clients if you want. And not just one, but 3 to 5 with different educational backgrounds. My takeaway message is actually, as Michael Jordan, the famous philosopher, said, just do it, right? I mean, activate. Don't try to limit yourself and your vision into a single thing. Think big, that's one thing. Think big, but also sometimes act small and just do it. That's what it is.